So I'm sure that as this podcast has been going on, for those of you that had the pleasure of viewing my beautiful face over here, that you're noticing that there's a little bit of a different dog hanging on our little pet board, or I'm not sure what to call this thing, but we'll call it a pet board for now. Would love to hear some suggestions of what we're going to call this. But this is the first shout out to our first dog. This is Cooper. Isn't he cute? He's got two different color eyes. That's Cooper right there. On our pet board. Shout out to Cooper. And let me just give you guys a little information on Cooper here. I have my little notes. Cooper is a 3-year-old Australian Shepherd mix. His favorite toy is the Frisbee. He can catch it in midair every time. And sometimes he speaks to me like how huskies do. So I was going to say that, like, this dog is Matt's dog. He's actually a client that's become quite a friend, really, really good guy. I'm going to talk about him in a second, but he's definitely part husky because he's got the two different color eyes, but even his behavior, even just his look, you could tell that he's got some husky in there. Matt also says that he loves to roll over and he stops barking on command. But he's actually very quiet since he became his dog. He used to run around barking at every noise all day long in the old house where he used to be. So Matt actually adopted Cooper from his ex-girlfriend's parents, who were where I actually met his girlfriend's parents and him the first time through a rescue that I'm affiliated with, and they asked me to help them out with Cooper because he was a little rambunctious. He was biting the owners a little bit, and he was a little bit on the aggressive side, stemming from just being spoiled rotten. So when I met everybody, the family that he was in just weren't the kind of people that were going to follow the rules. They were just going to go back doing their own thing. And then eventually they decided they just wanted to give him up. And my buddy Matt over here took him over, and him and his girlfriend, or ex-girlfriend now, took him. And I commend Matt, let me tell you, because even after him and his girlfriend broke up, he kept Matt. And I work with Matt. I tutored him and I taught him what he needed to do, and he busted his ass. And, Cooper and him are like best buddies, and Cooper is on his best behavior. I mean, look at that buddy's face. Look at that boy's face. I just want to kiss it. He, like I said, he showed aggressive tendencies. He would snap at people. It was more like a dominant behavior on his part. It wasn't no fear or nervousness at all. It was more just a dominant behavior. He was used to getting his own way, and he had that like dominant personality, very energetic, obviously being an Australian Shepherd and an Australian Shepherd. And again, I'm pretty sure he's a husky. So, so I commend Matt on everything. So Matt, great job. Say, give good Cooper a kiss for me. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip taken from an upcoming episode of our podcast, Barking for Balance, which premieres every Thursday. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out. It's really cool. You could also listen to the podcast on all major platforms. Links are down below in the description. Make sure you also follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Links also down below for all content that we don't post on YouTube.